All right, let's talk about a symbol you probably use every day without even thinking about it. The OK emoji. Seems harmless, right? Well, for anyone just starting their career, this little hand sign is actually a perfect lesson in the unwritten rules of communicating at work. So let's get into it.
You know the drill. A friend sends you a message, you shoot this back. It's the go-to for got it or sounds good. In our personal lives, it's just efficient. But what happens when that habit follows you into the office? When you're in the company chat, does this emoji really say what you think it says? And look, on the surface, its meaning is super straightforward. It's a digital way to show approval or agreement. It's supposed to be positive, simple, a quick confirmation. And, most of the time, that's exactly how it works. But, and this is a big but, this is where things get a little complicated. That simple sign of approval can get seriously lost in translation in a professional setting. The way you chat with your friends is just different from how you should chat with new colleagues. So let's dive into when okay is definitely not okay at work.
You can really think of this in two totally separate buckets. On one side, you've got the safe zone. We're talking quick little confirmations with your peers, people on your same team, at your same level. But on the other side, you've got the danger zone, situations where this exact same emoji can be completely and utterly misunderstood.
So let's break down that first risk. It's all about navigating the workplace hierarchy. How you talk up the ladder is always going to be looked at more closely than how you talk across to your peers. Okay, so here's the first major red flag. Using the okay emoji when you're talking to your manager. This is such a classic mistake for new hires, and trust me, it's one you want to get right from the very beginning.
So why is this so dicey? Well, put yourself in your manager's shoes for a second. That little emoji can send a few different signals. For one, it might just feel too casual, maybe not formal enough for a serious task. It could also come across as a bit dismissive, like you're just brushing off their request. It also creates confusion. Does okay mean I saw it, or does it mean the task is 100% done? And finally, it can just seem unenthusiastic. That is definitely not the vibe you want to be giving your boss.
Now let's shift gears to the second risk. And honestly, in today's world, this one might be even more serious because your team probably isn't just in your office building. They could be anywhere on the globe. And that brings us right to risk number 2, using this emoji with cross-cultural teams. This is where a simple, well-intentioned sign-off can accidentally become genuinely offensive.
Yeah, context is everything here. In some cultures, especially in parts of Europe and South America, this hand gesture is not okay. Not at all. It's actually a vulgar insult. Just imagine accidentally sending that to a new colleague from another country. You could seriously damage a working relationship before it even gets off the ground.
Okay, so we've covered the danger zones. And you might be thinking, great, so I should just delete this emoji forever. Well, not so fast. There is a time and a place where it's perfectly fine. So let's talk about that safe zone. This chart really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? In a professional setting, a huge chunk of your conversations with your boss, with clients, with international teams falls into that 75% risky category. The big takeaway here is that the truly safe space for this emoji is a lot smaller than you might think. So here it is, the golden rule. The single most acceptable time to use this emojis for simple confirmations with your peers. You know, a teammate asks, "Did you get that file I sent?" A quick "okay" is probably fine. Grabbing lunch in 5? An "okay" totally works. The key is that it's low stakes, it's informal, and it's between equal. So, what's the bottom line here, especially for you as you're building your reputation at a new company? It means every single message, every reply, and yes, every single emoji is building your digital first impression. So here's a super simple mental checklist you can use. Before you hit send, just run through this. First, analyze your audience. Who am I talking to? A peer, a manager, someone from another country? Second, assess the context. Is this a quick yep, or is it a major project update? And third, this is the most important one. When in doubt, just type it out. A simple, got it, thanks, or will do is always a safe and professional choice. Ultimately, every emoji you send is helping to build your professional brand. It tells people if you're thoughtful, if you're aware, or if you're maybe a bit careless. So the next time your finger is hovering over that little okay hand, just take a second and ask yourself, what is my professional brand saying today?